Well, I didn't do an entry. I thought I did an entry, but I didn't do an entry. Good morning, David Speck. Keep this in mind, brought to you by SpeckHealth.com. You know, we live in an imperfect world, right? And my imperfection this morning was trying to get the opening splash to go, but it didn't. But it kind of segues into what I want to talk about today. And for fair warning, I have no notes over here. This is me rattling off what's in my heart, what's in my head, what I've been dealing with lately, some things I've observed. You know, one of the things that has come to mind, and I'm about to put the screen up, is how we all see the world. The world around us, the world close to us, the world far away from us. And the manner in which we see the world and what we say about what we see in the world is greatly affected by our own experiences in life. And as we go into it, I was reminded of a quote that I posted a few days ago that really kind of illustrates what I'm talking about. And it says, we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. Now, the funny thing is, because of our own worldviews, because of our own experiences, we are already taking this particular quote, looking at who said it, and assigning motive, assigning whether it's right or wrong. We judge what we see. We judge what's in front of us by our own experiences, our own lessons. You know, maybe it's what our parents taught or didn't teach us, the fact that we had parents in the home or didn't have parents in the home. You know, the way we see the world around us is 100% affected by what we've experienced. Let me give you an example. So if you're driving down the road and somebody is zooming down the lane next to you and they cut you off and then they turn real hard in front of you and they turn up at the next intersection, your natural reaction is, look at that idiot. Or your natural reaction may be, that person's being reckless. Or your natural reaction may be, you know, this is what I hate about traffic around here. But if you're the person in that car that just did the speeding, and you're headed to an emergency, you got a phone call that your wife or your husband or your child or your parent is in trouble. And you're doing everything you can and you're being as safe as you can, but you have got to get there. Same situation, completely different perspectives on what actually happened. You see, I want to bring this up today, not because of, yes, in light of recent events, obviously there's a lot of talking people out there talking about what is, what isn't. But can I tell you that we can learn from all sides of any situation if we allow ourselves to. If we're allowed to open ourselves up and begin to try to see the world from somebody else's perspective other than our own, we might just have something that we can learn. We might just have something that we can glean from it and become a more rounded person, well-rounded person as a result. I'm going to let you take pot shots at me for a second, because I'm going to tell you a few things that I am that's going to affect how you think about me. And the funny thing is, you don't even know you're doing it until I point it out. You ready? Number one, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. That means I am a Christian. That means I believe that the only Son of God died on a cross for my sins so that I could live forever in heaven and that I have a mission here on earth. You've assigned me into some preconceived box that you have. I could say something political like I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat or I'm an independent or I'm a no party. And just by me saying those words, you have begun to form an opinion. Here's the big one. You ready? I'm a journalist. Now all the people that liked me as a Christian are going, oh, he's one of those liberal, woke, fake news people. You see what I mean when I say we assign things? The facts were all the same. It's how you interpreted what you heard from me, which set you in a particular direction. Now, I say all that to say this morning, because I believe that we are better together. That if all of us were the same, it would be a very boring monochrome world. I also say that we don't have to necessarily agree with each other on all points. You know why? Because we do have different worldviews. We do have different experiences. We have different things in this life that affect how we think and how we see the world. And that's okay. That's the way we are wired. But just because I don't see the world the same way you do, or just because you don't see the world the same way somebody else does, because there's 7 billion, that's with a B, people on planet Earth. Do you really think we're all going to see everything the same way? Do you really think that we're all going to have the same set of values? Or do you think we're going to have the same everything? No. So next time you're quick to judge somebody based upon what they believe, or just based upon some action you saw them take or didn't take, take a moment to just step back and say, you know what? Before I assign how I see it to the situation, maybe, just maybe, I can take a step back and see what I can learn from the situation. God bless.